Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Select Shandong Cloud Roadshow for International Economic and Trade Cooperation. At present, China is accelerating the construction of a dual circulation development pattern in which domestic economic cycle plays a leading role, while international economic cycle remains its extension and supplement. In order to give full play to the new development pattern and further promote economic and trade cooperation, the Select Shandong Cloud platform has already organized 8 sessions of international economic and trade cooperation cloud roadshows themed with the business cooperation with countries like Germany, Sweden, and Austria. This year marks the 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between China and Austria. And on this special occasion, here comes our new session of Cloud Roadshow, themed with Digital Economy Industrial Chain to promote the integration of international and domestic digital economy industrial chains between Shandong and Austrian enterprises, especially with Upper Austrian enterprises. This session of Cloud Roadshow is organized by Department of Commerce of Shandong Province and Business Upper Austria, and co-organized by Austrian-China Business Association, Shandong International Investment Promotion Agency, and Shandong Internet Media Group. Today's program will be broadcast live across the world on dcwww.com and Haibao News app. And now, please allow me to introduce the guests who are joining us today. They are Mr. Thomas Stelzer, Governor of the Upper Austrian State; Ms. Lu Wei, Deputy Director General, Department of Commerce of Shandong Province; Mr. Reiner Palmier, Director of Business Upper Austria; Professor George Zanger, Chairman of the Austrian-China Business Association; Dr. Sonia Mundel, Manager of Hagenberg Software Park; Mr. Kaifeng Yang, Postdoc Researcher of Hagenberg Software Park; Mr. Ma Xiao, Software Development and Technical Support of ESS Engineering Software Stair; Mr. Reiner, Executive Vice President of MSC; Mr. Peter Scheinkorger, General Manager of VREX; Mr. Jiang Xin, General Manager Assistant, Dongfang Electronics Group; Mr. Yao Wei, Vice President of Qingdao ESA Technology Company; and Mr. Guan Xuefeng, Vice Governor of Qingdao West Coast New District. Once again, welcome you all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started to our online roadshow. Our first speaker is Mr. Thomas Stelzer, Governor of the Upper Austrian State. Welcome, Mr. Thomas, for the keynote speech.
China hat sich durch die Leistungen und den Fleiß seiner Menschen in den letzten Jahrzehnten zu einer wirtschaftlichen Weltmacht entwickelt. Das macht China natürlich auch zu einem attraktiven Partner in Wirtschaftsfragen, insbesondere für exportorientierte Volkswirtschaften. Dazu gehört auch Oberösterreich, das mittlerweile 6 von 10 Euros im Export verdient. China gehörte zu den ersten Partnern von uns Oberösterreichern, als wir in der Vergangenheit daran gegangen sind, bei unseren Auslandskontakten über Europa hinauszugehen. Besonders eng sind wir mit der Provinz Shandong verbunden. Wir arbeiten seit fast 20 Jahren im Netzwerk der wachstumsstarken Regionen, der sogenannten Power Regions, zusammen. Wir tun das, weil wir genauso wie Nationalstaaten auch als Regionen uns den Herausforderungen der Globalisierung stellen wollen und auch müssen. Wir wollen selbst handeln, selbst länderübergreifende Kontakte pflegen und auch zusammenarbeiten. Gerade die Partnerschaft zwischen Shandong und Oberösterreich zeigt, dass große und kleine Regionen gut zusammenarbeiten können. Vom Austausch untereinander profitieren wir nicht nur auf politischer und wirtschaftlicher Ebene, wir profitieren auch von Mensch zu Mensch. Ich danke allen, die bisher an den Schnittstellen zwischen China und Oberösterreich gearbeitet haben, im Großen wie im Kleinen, und ersuche sie auch weiterhin um ihre wichtigen Beiträge zu noch engerer Zusammenarbeit. In diesem Sinn ein herzliches Ni Hao von dieser Stelle all unseren chinesischen Partnern und Freunden. Und Ihrem Webinar wünsche ich einen sehr erfolgreichen Verlauf.
Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas. And next, please join me in welcoming Ms. Lu Wei, Deputy Director General, Department of Commerce of Shandong Province. Ms. Lu, the floor is yours. Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, today we are holding the Select Shandong International Economic and Trade Cooperation Cloud Roadshow Digital Economic Industry Chain Online Cooperation Conference, a special event for the 5th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between China and Austria. First of all, on behalf of the Department of Commerce of Shandong Province, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks and a warm welcome to all the guests for participating in this event in your busy schedule. This year marks the 5th anniversary of the establishment of the diplomatic relations between China and Austria. Dating back to the 20 years ago, Shandong and Upper Austria established friendly relations. Shandong also attracts great importance to the development of economic and trade cooperation with Austria. Over the years, the two sides have been adhering to the concept of one-one cooperation and have maintained a stable economic and trade cooperation relationship. In 2020, the total imports and exports volume of Shandong and Austria was 3.12 billion yuan and the increase of 8.3%, of which exports was 930 million yuan and imports were 2.19 billion yuan. At present, Austria has invested 27 enterprises in Shandong, covering industries such as information technology, electronic equipment, and automobile manufacture. In November last year, we held the Select Shandong Economic and Trade Cooperation Cloud Roadshow Australia session online. Companies from Austria launched online promotion covering ice and snow, logistics, machinery, manufacturing, and other fields, which attracted more than 600,000 viewers at home and abroad. The event further promoted the economic and trade cooperation between Shandong and Austria, as well as strengthened two-way investment. Today, we are holding this Digital Economic Industry Chain Online Cooperation Conference via the Internet, aiming to further strengthen the development of the digital economic industry chain in Shandong Province and Austria, and promote the integration of the industry chain in Shandong Province and Upper Austria. I hope that entrepreneurs and friends in the province will seize this opportunity to connect with enterprises from Upper Austria and actively explore the Australian and the European markets. I also hope that the digital economic industry in Upper Austria can better fit Shandong's huge market advantages. The two sides meet demands, share resources, and seek common development. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, let us gather together via the Internet, believe that through this digital economic industry chain online cooperation meeting, China-Austria economic and trade exchanges and cooperation will be promoted to a new level. Welcome all the friends to Select Shandong and invest in Shandong. Wish you all the good health and happy life. With the Select Shandong International Economic and Trade Corporation Cloud Roadshow, Digital Economic Industry China Online Cooperation Conference, a complete success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Liu. Our next speaker is Mr. Reiner Palmier, Director of Business Upper Austria, and he will introduce projects and industries in Upper Austria. Please welcome.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear distinguished guests, it's really my pleasure to give you a little insight into Upper Austria and our special region. First of all, let me all invite you to our country, and whenever it is possible again, I would like to welcome you, all of you, in our beautiful region, and please also do not forget to bring your skis, because it's still skiing season here, so it's a good way to spend your leisure time. Upper Austria, it's the top economic region of Austria in the north, located between Vienna and Salzburg. And to give a little impression about our region, I will show you this small video up front.
Start. Invent. Make. Implement. Making ideas work. Here, at the heart of Europe, success stories begin that expand all over the world, written by people to change the world in small ways and in big ways. Welcome to Upper Austria.
Well, this region, Upper Austria, you cannot, of course, compare to Shandong. It's inhabited by roughly about 1.5 million people, which counts for about 17% of the Austrian economy. And it is about, the GDP is about 65 billion euros. Although it is just 17% of the population, this region counts for 24% of the Austrian production volume and 1/4 of all exports of that region, which means this region is the main industrial and manufacturing region of Austria, closely interconnected into the European and global markets. The advantage for this region, of course, and I think you could see it a little bit in this promotional video, is the skilled and the competent workforce, which is highly productive and is compatible on an international and global scale. We are facing a political stability and very strong personal security, which are particularly strong in our culture, and also a very well-developed infrastructure for trade and commerce in our region. Also, and I will show you later on, we have a very high level of public investment into R&D and a very business-friendly tax environment for particular reasons. The backbone of our economy, as I mentioned, is still manufacturing and exports. About 2/3 of our GDP are derived from international and export activities. And the most important goods of exports is machinery and mechanical devices, vehicles and components, still iron and steel on a high quality level, and electrical and electronic goods and plastics. A very strong focus in our region is put on R&D and research, because for us as a high-wage country, it's quite clear we just can't compete on innovation and know-how. About 3.5% of sales is spent in R&D again, and we are quite proud that about 80% of our R&D spends are paid by companies and are spent on a corporate level. We have 3 pillars of research in our research environment. As I mentioned before, the companies are our main source of research, and we have here quite a lot of very successful companies based here in Upper Austria. And also our university infrastructure with 25 institutions all over Upper Austria for education, but also for research purpose. What is a particular stronghold, and that's why, because it's located here in the middle, is that we have extramural institutions where the applied research between companies and universities is key, and more than 20 institutions of this kind we are having in Upper Austria. We have a specific research and economic strategy called Upper Vision 2030, where skilled labor and education is in the core of our strategy. And we have 4 centers of competence and key strategies where we are trying to get our environment fit for the digital age, but also fit for sustainable solutions. We do have a very strong track record in environmental technologies and clean tech industry for various reasons, but the core will be human-centered technology and also the new mobility, since we have a big stronghold in manufacturing when it comes to mobility of the future. We, as a government location agency, not only help investors to set up their business here and promote whatever they need, but once companies established their activity here, we help them to actually innovate on the location of Upper Austria, and there, as I mentioned, we have quite a few things in terms of helping companies innovate in the region. We have already, and this is just 2 examples of successful Chinese companies having major operations here in Upper Austria. One is FACC with the future of mobility on passenger drones manufactured here in Upper Austria, and the other one is FAW Automotive, which are established a truck R&D facility here in Upper Austria 1.5 years ago. This is just a short overview about the business location of Upper Austria. We are open for business. We are happy to help and assist you with any other matter, establishing further contacts and setting up your businesses here in Upper Austria. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and I'm happy for any further collaboration with Shandong and our partner region of Shandong. Thank you very much.
And thank you so much, Mr. Reiner Palmier. From your introduction, we have a better understanding of the industrial characteristics of Upper Austria. At the same time, we hope that we can promote more good projects both from Upper Austria and from Shandong. And next, let's warm welcome Professor George Zanger, Chairman of the Austrian-China Business Association, and he will deliver a speech. Professor George Zanger, please go ahead.
On the 28th of May, 1971, the Republic of Austria and the People's Republic of China formally established diplomatic relations. 2021 makes the 50th anniversary of this significant event. In order to celebrate this diplomatic anniversary, ACBA has decided to organize webinars to deepen the bilateral cooperation. I am pleased to have the opportunity in my function as President of the Austrian-Chinese Business Association, as well as an ambassador of the Shandong Cloud Roadshow, to establish a link between you, Shandong, and Austrian enterprises. It is led by the former Chancellors Magister Kern and Dr. Bierlein. The honor presidency consists of the former member of the Austrian Parliament, Diplom-Ingenieur Belakovic, and the former Austrian Minister Karl Blecher. Many of the most important companies are among our members, including the State of Carinthia, the Austrian Federal Railways, ÖBB, and Vienna Airport. I wish our event a great success.
Thank you, Professor George Zanger, for your speech. We wish that the digital economy industrial chain cooperation between Shandong province and Austria can be promoted to a higher level. And next, I would like to invite Dr. Sonia Mondel, Manager of Hagenberg Software Park, and Mr. Kaifeng Yang, Postdoc Researcher of the Software Park. Welcome.
It's a great pleasure for me to present you now the Software Park Hagenberg. My name is Sonja Mündel, and you heard I am the manager of the Software Park here. Well, let's start. So first of all, I want to talk a little bit of the history of the Software Park. The history began in 1987 when a mathematics professor called Professor Bruno Buchberger moved his research institute for symbolic computation to the newly renovated castle of Hagenberg. This picture, you can see now the situation in the Software Park Hagenberg. Well, so we arrived at the second main point. The secret of the concept. So what is the secret of the concept? It's very, very simple. You need a basic, and this is research. Research, you see here, together with education, guarantee you a very high quality of business. So what we can say, we have experts of each type of software. These three pillars have to be always very active. So you can see on this page the facts and features. We have now 11 research institutions, 25 study programs, and more than 75 companies. Well, the result you can see here. Now we hosted here in the Software Park Hagenberg more than 1,400 employees. Of these came from the region 400. And the next one, you can see we have more than 1,500 students here in the Software Park. Well, some straight about the Software Park Hagenberg. The thematical main point is only software. The pillars, research, education, and business makes us very strong. And our topics, focus topics now are prescriptive analytics and information security. I think that is very important is we have our own management here. And the management work for networks, for coming together with the humans. We have human resources here and allowed also to have project algorithm. Of course, we have access to national and international delegations. So at the last point is where will the Software Park Hagenberg wants to go in the future? Now we want to grow. Settlement, of course, is always actually. And also we are proud of our hotel. It will be finished in the autumn. We invest in e-mobility, car sharing, and of course, it's our education. We will be a hotspot for IT experts now and in the future. So maybe you can see here, I will talk about our companies which have cooperations between them and China. This is first of all Blue Source, mobile solutions. Also Risk, you heard it in the beginning, Risk Institute. Then also a very interesting is Software Competence Center Hagenberg, located here in our park. Then Stieber Group. Stieber Group have also a location in Nantong near Shanghai. That's very interesting, and we are proud of them. And we told also Risk Software Limited that they are very interesting to cooperate with China. So please take this chance. So thank you very much. It was a very short presentation, but now I hand it over to my colleague Kai Fang Yang. Thank you for your attention.
Yes, thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and good afternoon. It is my pleasure to give a presentation today. My name is Kai Fang Yang. I got my PhD degree at Leiden University in the Netherlands. Now I work as a postdoc researcher at the Hill Research Group in Software Park Hagenberg, which is led by Professor Michael Alexander. Now let's start. Today, on behalf of Professor Michael Alexander, who is the scientific director in Software Park Hagenberg, I will briefly introduce the different institutes in Software Park Hagenberg by using an example of an application in prescriptive analytics domain. So, what is prescriptive analytics and why it is important? Prescriptive analytics is an interdisciplinary topic, and it builds on the areas of descriptive, diagnostic, and predictive analytics. The first stage, descriptive analytics, aims at creating a better understanding of the past. In other words, it helps us to understand what happened in the past. The second stage is the diagnostic analytics, and it aims at understanding the causes, effects, and interactions of states. Then, based on the diagnostic analytics, predictive analytics predicts future events and anticipates the occurrence of the future events. Prescriptive analytics is based on the previous three stages, and it aims at analyzing and optimizing the effects of various options for action on the result. In this way, knowledge gained in the digital world is brought back to the real world by providing better and more efficient designs and processes. We can see that prescriptive analytics involves many research domains and techniques, and it is impossible for a single person or even a single research group to investigate all the techniques for prescriptive analytics. Therefore, to achieve it, we need teamwork, we need cooperation, and we need an organization that can bridge different research groups or institutes in different research topics. And this organization is Software Park Hamburg in Austria. This figure shows the research topics for prescriptive analytics in Software Park Hamburg. All the topics are well researched by the institutes in Software Park Hamburg. Each research topic is at least well researched by at least one research group or institute. For instance, machine learning is researched in FH research groups, Software Competence Center Hamburg, RISC Software. For materialistic, Hill research group in FHOE, RISC Software, and some institutes of Johannes Kepler University in Software Park are doing a lot of research. Here, Software Park is more like a union of these research groups and institutes. Moreover, the outcome of the scientific research in Software Park Hamburg can be easily applied or implemented for industrial partners. Here is the list of research topics and the institutes in Software Park Hamburg that I mentioned in the previous slides. Now let me use maintenance scheduling as an example to illustrate how different institutes in Software Park Hamburg contributed to prescriptive analytics for an industry company, which was born in Software Park, of course. The main goal of the example is to monitor production system and optimize the maintenance schedule. In real-world applications, data security is also essential to companies and governments. Therefore, the sensor data must be securely transferred to related users. So in this user case, FAW Group and Uninet Group in Software Park Hamburg firstly designed security standards to make sure that only related users can get access to some specific data. After receiving the data, other groups in Software Park, like Hill, Stiva Group, can build up system models and the digital twin or circuit models for the purpose of monitoring, analyzing, and prediction. Then, based on the system models, some other groups like Hill, RISC Software, FLL in Software Park can use meta-heuristic optimization algorithms to search for optimal maintenance schedule. This optimal maintenance schedule will save cost and time for industrial companies. Till now, I briefly introduced how different institutes in Software Park Hamburg work as a team to cooperate with industry in European. However, this cooperation should not be limited within European. Actually, the scientific director in Software Park, Professor Michael Alexander, promoted and is promoting the collaborations between China and the Software Park through many different approaches, like the FFG seminar with the Chinese Academy of Sciences. Actually, the collaboration between Software Park Hamburg and China can be traced back to 1993 between RISC Institute and Tianjin University. This slide just shows several cooperations between Software Park and China. And by the way, being a Chinese, maybe I'm also a good example of this cooperation. Here are a contact list for research groups and institutes in Software Park. Please feel free to contact us. Last but not least, looking forward to have some deep cooperations with the companies in Shandong province. Thank you very much for your attention.
And now please welcome Mr. Ma Xiao, Software Development and Technical Support of ESS Engineering Software there. Welcome.
大家好，我的名字叫马潇，来自于 ESS 工程软件中心。Hello everybody, my name is Ma Xiao. I'm from ESS Engineering Software there. I worked for this company for about eight years, and my main task is the software programming in the field of coating, electric, chemical process to calculate and optimize the fluid structure and the robot related topics. Now I will begin my presentation. Okay. From ESS, the engineering software style, we have a very strong competence to make the software programming, and our software name is ASIM. We are focusing on the paint shop simulation. We can optimize your paint shop process and cover all the process for the passenger car and the commercial vehicle area. We have a very long history. We can go back to 1934, Steyr Daimler Puch, a very famous and state-owned company, and in 2001 and 2005 merged with Magna, and in 2015 we become a standalone software company. And we have at the moment we have about 50 employees, and most of them have a doctorate degree. And worldwide, we have about 30 satisfied customers. In this slide, you can see our software, ASIM, is a leading CFD software. That means that we can simulate the fluid simulation. And under our software platform, we have a lot of modules. For example, for data cleaning, deep paint, e-coating, oven, and sealing. All of them can cover painting shop simulation, whole process. We can simulate all the process for passenger car and commercial vehicles. Because we have a very strong CFD fluid simulation software, therefore we can provide not only for the painting shop area, we can also provide for other industry topics or field. For example, for mobility, we can simulate the rain and the snow, and for control engineering, we can simulate the oil and gas, for processing and washing. For example, if you want to simulate the water clean inside the engine block or engine head, you can also use our CFD software. Of course, we can also simulate the environmental process with our software, CFD software. Why you should use our software? Because with our software, we can optimize the operating printing lines to boost the new lines and improve your product design. Of course, with our software, you can decrease the energy, the water, and the paint consumption, and also reduce the costly vehicle prototypes and the physical tests. In this slide, you can see with our software, we have very, very strong CFD capability to simulate the whole process for the deep in, deep out, everything with the fluid, we can simulate it. For example, this is a Volvo car, and we have a very strong relationship with such company OEMs, and we can simulate a vehicle, complex vehicle, go through the water, and we will see water inside the car, and can be what will be happen when the water into the car. Especially at the moment, there is a lot of new energy startup. They need our software. We want to know what is the impact from the water inside the car and have some influence to the battery package, for example. It's very important for the new energy startup. Like I said, under our software platform, we have a lot of software features and modules. The first one is merge. You will get from a passenger car and commercial vehicle, from the design department, you will get, for example, CATIA model, whole body. Then with merge, you can clean the geometry, feed, for example, remove application for everything, repair, and finally, you can merge all parts into one. And the result is a fun finite element result. With this result, you can do a lot of things. you can, for example, for the next subsequent simulation, and you can do a lot of other applications, for example, for other CFD usage. Our second software module is the RCM part. Vehicle, whole body vehicle will go into a tank full of the paint material liquid. That means the body will bring a lot of air bubble into the liquid, and such air bubble will prevent the paint material deposited on the car body surface. That means such air bubbles should be detected and removed. Now, you can see during this process, the car body will go through this tank, and finally, car body will be get out from the tank, and the body will carry over a lot of paint material liquid from the tank. Because the liquid is very expensive, and we want to simulate, we want to know the liquid, the residual liquid should be turned off within a certain time. That means we should detect the air bubble and also the residual liquid. This is most important for the car body in the painting shop simulation process. All the engineers in the passenger car and commercial vehicle want to know what is the fact. For example, these features, these modules was used already by most all of the OEMs in the world. Now you can see the comparison between the simulation and the reality. Now we can simulate where is the critical area, where is the bad painting areas, and you can see in the early stage of the design, we can detect where is the critical area. And then afterwards, we can make a comparison with the reality. It is identical. There is a very good correlation between the testing and the simulation result. This is our third software package, software module. This is the e-coating. The vehicle body will go through this tank full of the paint material liquid. And on the one side is anode, on the other side is cathode. In between, there is an electric field will be generated. And the car body will go through this electric field, and because of the electric phenomenon, the painting material will be deposited on the surface. And during the simulation, we will know how about the thickness of the painting material deposited on the surface. This is very, very important. This software, for example, in Toyota, in Volkswagen, Audi, they are using our software now. In the next step, after the e-coating area, the car will go through an oven. This is a room, and on the wall there is a lot of nozzles, and the hot area will come out from the nozzles and heat the car body. That means the car body temperature will be increased, and the liquid, the paint material liquid, will be fixed to the body, so-called solidified on the car body. And with this simulation, we will know how about the temperature distribution, and if the temperature gradient is high, then there is a lot of deformation occurred on the surface. This should be avoided. For example, the oven, like General Motors and a lot of Chinese companies are using this software now. And in the next, to prevent the corrosion, the car body should be applied with wax. There are two types of wax: spray wax and flat wax. For example, all over the world, Volkswagen and Audi are using flat wax. And for such simulation, only ESS can provide such service. Now, Audi and Volkswagen are using our software to simulate the whole process. The next is the sealing. You can see the car body. There is a lot of metal sheet connection, and in between with glue, you can connect all the metal sheet. And there is a robot with a nozzle, and the glue will spread on this nozzle. during the simulation, we can simulate the robot path and also glue geometry. This is also very important for sealing simulation. At the moment, you can see we developed a lot of software till now, and in the next several years, we will continue to develop more CFD software for printing shop areas and for passenger car and also for commercial vehicle. This is a comparison between our software and some standard CFD method. Of course, you can see with our software, with a shorter time and relatively lower hardware requirement, you can get a very accurate result. Finally, you can see with our software, we can provide a lot of service for you, and why PSS want to gain a foothold in China, especially in the Shandong province. Because although we have already acquired a lot of customers in China, we want to continue to expand our business in such market. This is because China is a huge and promising market. We want to continue to expand our business and with whom we can create a win-win situation. Okay, that's all. So from my side.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ma. ESS is a leading company in the automotive fluid industry. In the future, we hope that more Shandong companies can establish cooperative relations with your company. Our next speaker is Mr. Reiner, Executive Vice President of MIC. Now the floor is yours, Mr. Reiner.
A very warm welcome also from my side. My name is Reiner. I studied business informatics in Linz, Upper Austria, and I'm working with MIC now since more than 18 years. And in my role as member of the MIC Management Board, I'm responsible for the commercials globally. It's really a pleasure for me to such a large audience and to introduce MIC as a company. I will share some slides right now with you. MIC was founded in Linz, Austria in 1988, so 33 years ago, and we focus since that exclusively on the development of customs and trade compliance software solutions. When we have been founded, we have been a very small company. I remember back, I joined MIC when we had less than 40 people, I think 30 to 35 people. Today we have more than 400 people dedicated to customs and trade compliance globally, with an annual revenue of around 50 million euros annually and a growth rate of 15% each year. And we also see this growth continuing for the following years. Our people, our experts are located in Europe, in US, in Mexico, and in Thailand. MIC is a family-owned, financial independent global software vendor. We provide one single IT platform globally for customs and trade compliance. As I said, we started in Austria. Today, we have our software solutions in more than 55 countries on 6 continents in productive usage. We provide software as a service solutions, so cloud-based solutions, since many years. And we serve our customers as a one-stop shop. One-stop shop, what does that mean? We develop our software solutions on our own. We implement our software solutions at our customers successfully. We have a dedicated project department that is responsible for successfully implementing the software. It's more than 100 people large, and we have a dedicated support department for maintenance and supporting our software solutions. Also more than 100 people large, and our people in the support maintenance department are also responsible for maintaining, not only according to the latest technological developments, they are also responsible for legal changes which can happen in customs and trade compliance on a daily basis. What do we mean with customs and trade compliance? First of all, I mean global trade content. We need to provide global trade content for more than 150 countries around the world and in the worst case, on a daily basis, as legal requirements can change daily. Content can be customs tariff content, can be sanction lists, can be free trade agreement rulings, just an example. Customs tariff, for example, every single country has a customs tariff catalog, and every single product that needs to be shipped around the world needs a customs tariff assigned to it in order to be able to determine how much duties a company needs to pay, how much VAT needs to be paid, what are the national measurements. So if the customs tariff number for a product is wrong, everything is wrong in customs and trade compliance, and companies might pay too much duties or too less duties. In short, they are incompliant. And we have a tool called Central Classification System, and this tool supports companies in automating the process of assigning a tariff number to a product. It supports in doing this more consistently and more accurate. We have suggestion algorithms in place that are utilizing artificial intelligence and machine learning in order to have a more automated and more accurate process in place and to be safe in terms of legal compliance. Once I have assigned to a product the right tariff number, or the system has done it, then also it needs to be checked which countries you want to trade with. And depending on the country, there might be a free trade agreement that can get applied. What is a free trade agreement? A free trade agreement is a treaty between two countries or more countries. Also, China has signed multiple free trade agreements in the past. Also, recently, one of the largest, or their largest trade agreement signed. And the free trade agreement facilitates trade, and in the best case, eliminates trade barriers, meaning also such as customs duties. But in order that the company can use a free trade agreement, it needs to be checked whether the product that needs to get shipped fulfills those free trade agreement rulings. And this can be a very complicated and mathematical process. Yeah, and this complicated mathematical process is covered with the MIC origin calculation system. We do this for multiple free trade agreements around the world. Just for your information, more than 400 free trade agreements are ratified and in productive usage around the world. And this is a competitive advantage for companies to use free trade agreements, as they can save a large amount of duties. But in order that they can save those duties, the MIC origin calculation system needs to be in use. Yeah, next to this, export control management. You might know in December last year, the new export control regulation came into force in China. We have in many countries around the world export control regulations, which means it needs to get checked whether I'm allowed to do business with certain parties, with certain companies, for which purpose the product is used, does it fall under dual use or end use, and all this is covered with the MIC export control management module. Yeah, and then the product in the end needs to get shipped, and for shipping means also export declaration and import declaration, customs declaration needs to be done, and this needs to be done in the related countries, and usually also electronically with the various customs authority systems in real time. And the customs authority system vary from country to country, which makes it quite complicated, and MIC needs to ensure that the system is working according the latest regulations, is certified in all these countries for communicating electronically with those systems. And MIC is the first non-Chinese software vendor that is also connected to the China single window and can exchange data electronically for customs declarations with Chinese authorities. We also support processing trade, which is a special regime for companies in China, where companies can import goods at zero duty, can manufacture them into finished product, and can re-export them, which is a big benefit for companies. And for this, you need to have a software solution in place that keeps track of the customs inventory, so that you are completely compliant for that processing trade feature. Yeah, and as usually, our customers are multinational companies with high volumes. Also, e-commerce is, for example, a big topic for us, and also automotive. A big topic. We need to integrate with multiple systems of our customers to automate the processes. We need to be connected with freight forwarders, third-party logistics providers. with the suppliers and with the customers of our customers, and also with, as I said, the customs authorities. So it must be a very automated process and a very unified process on a global scale in place. This is what our customers want to have: one single platform, one single user interface globally. And you can see this on this next slide. MIC is a leading provider in the automotive industry and in the electronics industry, or their leader, according to an independent market research institute. But we are also in many other industries and branches available and in use. You can see this, there are large brands that are using in multiple industries our software solutions. And in China, for example, companies like Volvo Cars that belongs to Geely, but also, for example, ZF are using MIC, are realizing those benefits with MIC software solutions. You can find detailed success story on our website and also on LinkedIn. Yeah, and today our software is in use in Chengdu, Daqing, and Zhejiang, but we also open to go in other regions in China. Usually we do this with local consulting firms that are specialized for customs and trade compliance. We usually also target companies with local partners. So if there's an interest from your end, please let me know. I'm more than happy to discuss with you further joint opportunities. You can reach me anytime via my email or phone. You can see it here on this slide. I'm more than happy to talk with you, and I'm looking forward to your questions and to our conversation. Thanks a lot, and looking forward to hear from you.
MSc has been deeply involved in the field of customs and trade compliance management, with business all over the world. We hope that through this Cloud Roadshow, MIC can develop more in-depth cooperation with local enterprises in Shandong. Next, please join me in welcoming Mr. Peter Steinkogel, General Manager of REREX. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Peter Steinkogler. It's my great pleasure to introduce my startup company here at this platform. And I'm a sailor since more than 44 years. And I crossed the Atlantic Ocean 5 times. I was 70 times national champion in Austria on different boat classes and European champion as well. So I developed a new technology, how sailing could work. And I want to share with you my invention. What you see on the first slide is not an aeroplane, but it's a sailing vessel, a sailing boat, which is majorly controlled by aerodynamics. And this is why we have a hydrofoil sailing boat developed, which foils on underwater wings and is controlled by aerodynamics on the upper front. So our vision is to build, first of all, the fastest serial sailing vessel, because according to our scientific studies with the Technical University in Graz, where we did CFD simulation, where we did wind channel tests, all the figures showing that we are doing much more speed than any other serial sailing vessel what we have right now, and we have less forces on the hydrofoils. The second step will be to build an offshore racer, which can break speed records. And finally, this version is also calculated statical-wise, that we can do a scale-up version of this new patented sailing technology, which creates an emission-free offshore transportation sailing cargo vessel. This system is, just to tell you, not only a system which is doing the speed records, it's also creating a new era, like the windsurfing era before and the kite surfing area. And now everybody wants to foil, and what we see also at the America's Cup. The company was founded in 2016. We are now almost finishing the prototype, which will get the first initial water tests in Germany, in Kiel, where we are working very close together with Knirem Yachtbau, one of the best prototyping company in Europe. And in the future times, we want to have first build the commercial startup on the exhibition in Düsseldorf. We introduced this new sailing technology to the world market. We want to create smaller vessels for sportive reasons, like windsurfing and kitesurfing, which is in a huge market. And then offshore vessels, which is a pre-step before we go into our final version on the vision, where we want to do a cargo vessel up on this patent technology. We have a small team right now, but collaborating with a lot of high-tech companies to bring all the system on the road. So first of all, I have to mention the Technical University in Graz. There's also the Mediterranean Hydrodynamic Research Center, led by Professor Antonios Mantopoulos, which do all the CFD simulations and calculation. There's a Struct team, one of the, let's say, best companies in the world for high-tech sailing technology, doing the structural design. There's Ben Rogers in yacht design, a naval engineer, which contributes to our project. Also, there is a Knirem Yachtbau, as I mentioned before, and a lot of other persons. And majorly, we are also supported from the FFG, which is a governmental supporting company to our startup. Our USP is we have a patented technology. Yeah, we have the vision that we can do sporting vessels as well as offshore vessels. And our final vision is an emission-free transportation only by sailing and generating electrics by photovoltaic and generators by water, where we can use this technology to transport silent and without any emission cargoes from A to B. These are the 3 steps of our monetary way. So the initial step is now to finish the prototype, which will be until end of this year, and all the tests included. And then we go commercial with a sport boat. We will also create smaller vessels for like windsurfing and kitesurfing in this step of range. The next step will be to go into offshore racing. Offshore racing is a very high level market with companies using also this as a commercial platform. And this will also be a pre-step to allow us our vision by the cargo vessel, which is the 3rd step, an emission-free cargo sailor. Just a short introduction, how does it work? And we are talking about the prototype, what you see right now on our slides. So the crew is not moving around in the boat, it's just sitting like a pilot in the vessel itself, controlling the vessel by joystick and pedals like an aeroplane. You have these water ballast tanks on the end of this stabilization wings, which creates a lot of uprighting momentum, which makes the boat much more faster than any other vessel. We have a canard wing, which is maybe you know from fighter jets, which is controlling the pitching moment. And we have a V angle. The boat will heel into windward, and by doing so, the sails are not only giving force forward, they're also giving uplift. And it's one of our secret parts, what we have. We have 2 foils. The rear foil is 4 meters long, and the front foil is about 3.80 meters. And this will lift up the boat more than 2 to 3 meters above the water. And by doing so, the sailing vessel will have no water resistance at all. And this is my contact. It's a very short presentation. I just to explain the technique again. here is the V-Rex, which is healing into the wind. And by doing so, it gives less water resistance down because under the water, because all the weight of the boat is carried by the sail itself. Yeah. So this is the technology, and it's already proved, scientifically proved that it works. What we are looking for investors and collaboration partners where we can build parts or also invest in our new factory, which we want to establish in Upper Austria. Thank you very much that I could present my company on this platform.
Well, learn about the company's unique advantages in the field of sailing manufacturing. And thank you so much, Mr. Peter, for your recommendation. Now let's give the floor to Mr. Jiang Xin, General Manager Assistant, Dongfang Electronics Group. Welcome.
It is to my great pleasure to participate in this Cloud Roadshow. I am the GM Assistant of Dongfang Electronics. My name is Jiang Xin. I will walk you through about the basic information of the company. Table of contents divided into 4 sections. First, I want to talk about the basic situation of our company. So the Dongfang Electronics is a company that integrates R&D, manufacturing, technical service, system integration, a listed state-owned company, and one of the most important vendors of national energy management system, and also a high-tech company supported by Shandong province. The company is committed to the development of a smart controlling system for cooling and heating, cloud-based system, systematic analysis and operational system to provide solutions for different types of users to help them address the cloud service management and operational efficiency. We have 60 years of experiences. In terms of automation, we have more than 40 years of experience, and we are one of the most influential vendor of electronics automation, and also one of the 300 companies that are supported by national strategy. We have postdoc research, working station, and technological center, and also a member company of SAE and RFID, a major partner of EMCA, and we have approved by CMMI, and also HR competency of PCMM level 3. This is the architecture of the company. We have very big scope in 28 regions and municipalities. We have set up offices and sales networks. Our functions cover Northeast, West, Middle part, and Southern grade regions. We have a local service team. Overseas, we have operational team in Indonesia, India, Malaysia, India, etc. We have more than 5,600 employees. We have 22 senior researchers. We have 16 doctor degree employees, 480 master degrees, average age is 32. The product lines include 3 aspects: smart energy, energy saving, and smart city. Sales network of our company covers nationwide, excluding Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. So this is the performance of our company. We have distributed our resources in facilities We shoulder the major projects like Beijing Olympic Games, Shanghai World Expo, 60th anniversary of the founding of PRC, Guangzhou Asian Games, Shenzhen, university student sport. We provided major energy support to such important events. Next, I want to talk about the smart energy. The management system of smart energy integrates the energy, the networks, and the management. The energy comes from the coal and mine as well as new types of energies. The grid is about the energy transmission system. And also we integrate the terminals into our system. We cover the whole chain for the management. And on this slide, you can see a thermal management system. We have the monitoring system, we have a thermal station monitoring system, and network balance control, and a closed valve system, indoor temperature taking system, and CCTV, etc. This is about the management system for corporate clients. We provide solutions to industrial parks and enterprises. So here you can see our clients include major companies in China, for instance, Haier Group and the Sino-Austrian Energy Company. They are the major users or clients of our company. So here you can see is the application in different industries, including natural gas transmission and the pipeline construction. Also in manufacturing sector, for instance, we have clients like Mengniu and Jingdong Cement, and also the oil tank storage. We provide service to Qingdao Port, Yantai Port. We provided integrated competency support to major companies as well. So this is our project to work with Guangzhou DFE to support the energy distribution and supply to an industrial park in Guangzhou. The project started in 2016 and finalized last year. It was verified by MIT. So this is working with 9 institutions to develop this system. So third part is smart city. It involves smart community, track, safe city, public service, transportation, smart industrial parks. So here you can see the management platforms what we provide, for instance, CCTV, the car recording system, etc. So this is smart community. We provide integrated management system, for instance, electronic car charging. And this is the cruise robots applied in different industries. This is the rail traffic. So we are also engaged in the monitoring system for railways, covering some projects in Wuhan, Changsha, Shijiazhuang, Changchun, Nanjing, etc. Last is the energy conservation. For instance, the integration of alternative energy, the management system of energy, etc. So application include energy conservation for enterprises and industrial parks. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jiang, for the introduction. And next, let's warm welcome Mr. Yao Wei, Vice President of Qingdao Yisa Technology Company. Mr. Yao, please go ahead.
大家好，非常开心啊，今天能有机会进行这次路演，跟大家做个交流。我是北京以撒的副总裁姚威。下面呢，我就把我们的一些主要的业务给大家做一下分享。以撒呢是一个以人工智能和大数据为基础啊，为进行数据分析啊，为城市建设数字化，为大家提供一个更美好生活的这样一个公司。我们的出发点呢，还是主要为我们的客户进行服务啊，以客户成功为本，同时呢，以技术的落地为根。所有的技术都是我们自己研发的啊，我们的技术才是我们的驱动力，同时呢，成就我们公司的奋斗者的价值。 在智慧城市建设领域呢，我们底下提供了基座，一些技术上的基座，是以这个人工智能、数据智能、计算智能、场景智能和业务智能这么几大智能基座，为我们的智慧城市、新型的智慧城市提供一个叫做全智体系这么一个建设方案。在这方面，我们非常注重的方向是数字经济智慧社区、智慧城市、智能交通以及城市的大数据运营中心，深度聚焦这几个领域，为我们的新型智慧城市提供完整的配套的解决方案。那我们的核心技术就包括视频全目标的人工智能解析算法、一体化的解决算法。也就是说，通过我们的算法呢，我们可以代替人类去看到我们视频图像里面我们所关心的所有的内容，所谓一体化的识别解决算法。另外一方面，我们识别出来的内容以及我们城市面所采集到的方方面面的城市运营当中的数据进行一个大数据的分析，进行实时的分析，让我们的数据真正的为我们城市提供一个数据的支撑和服务。在过去的几年里面呢，我们已经为山东、广东等20多个省一级的行政区域，以及像北京、天津、广州、上海、深圳这些特大型城市，以及全国的1200多个区县市，提供了我们的解决方案的支持。在这里边呢，我们的大数据处理能力是我们的一个核心竞争力。全国的数据呢，进行了一个大型的联网，智慧城市级的数据进行大型的联网。那每天呢，都在处理着1000亿级的数据，发掘它们内在的关联关系，以及挖掘它们的价值。我们总的承载量已经突破了20万亿条。这些数据呢，完整的支撑了我们的智慧城市的一个解决方案。那么这个新型的智慧城市主要是有一些创新，并且呢，是一个有生命力的、有智慧的、面向场景化的智慧城市建设方案。那同时呢，还是以人为本，为城市里面的人提供定制化的服务。同时呢，结合国家的发展策略数字经济的发展策略，我们的新型智慧城市作为数字经济的一个发展引擎，促进我们的数字经济的发展。同时，数字经济的发展提升了我们城市的竞争力，提升了我们城市的经济发展水平，可以进一步的助力我们新型智慧城市的一个建设。那么我们提供的是不光是一个解决方案，同时我们为这个城市搭建的是一个智慧开放的平台。这个平台里面我们非常欢迎我们的解决方案提供商们基于我们的能力为我们城市提供更多的服务。特别是比如说我们的智能计算体系，完善的智能计算体系，我们提供的就是大海量的实时计算的能力，并且对这个计算的数据之间进行关联挖掘，实时的分析挖掘，同时对这个资源进行深度的一个应用和调度，提升我们的计算资源的性价比。那么这些呢，都是我们在计算智能里面提出的我们的平台的能力。那么场景化的智能应用呢，简单来说就是举一个非常简单的例子，比如说在这个我们的厂房里，对视频图像里面，比如说一些不安全的行为比如说一些异常的行为进行发现包括入侵，包括一些矿井里面的空转，然后一些应该在岗没有在岗的人离岗检测，一些安全帽、安全绳的检测，这些非常简单的内容。当然还有一些更复杂的，比如说一些交通违法的行为我们支持大概几十种交通违法的行为，支撑我们的智慧交通。还有一些我们这个违章的停车不规范的停车，还有一些在路边不规范的一些经营行为等等，包括有一些大场景下的一些人数的统计对一些可能应急的情况进行一个提前的预案还有很多，我们大概支持几百上千种这样的场景识别。通过这些场景的识别以及我们的数据的分析，我们就可以精细化的为城市里边每一个单元，比如说居民的社区工业园区、学校、政府办公区等等这样的城市场景单元，以及更多丰富的场景机场矿山港口等等，提供更多的定制化的解决方案。所以在我们的理解里面，智慧城市一定不是标准化的，一定是定制化的，而且是有生命力，随着城市的不断的成长一起成长。我们要在一个信息化的空间里面打造一个完整孪生的 一个数字化的智慧城市。在建设的同时，我们也充分意识到了信息安全的重要性。所有的数据都在国家最高级的信息安全的保证下进行分析和传输，对外提供定制化的服务，一切都在法律和安全的框架下进行执行。我的介绍呢非常简单，我们更希望呢我们的澳方的朋友们，以及线上线下所有的领导朋友们能够来公司做客，这是我们的联系方式。好，谢谢大家。
Thank you, Mr. Yao, for the presentation. And our last speaker in this part is Mr. Guan Xuefeng, Vice Governor of Qingdao West Coast New District. Now the floor is yours, Mr. Guan.
Your honorable delegates from Austria and attendees online, it is to my great honor to talk to you and find opportunities for cooperation. So due to time constraints, I will go through the major aspects of our information. So we were established in 2014, approved by the country to be the 9th new district. It became the driver for social and economic development. Currently, our GDP contributes to 1/3 of that total of Qingdao, and also we rank number 3 in terms of the science and technology district and the top 100 technology centers in China. Second, I want to talk about the pro-business environment. West Coast New District is a demo zone for industrial development. So here we have convenient transportation. In 3 hours, we can go to Beijing and Shanghai via fast train, and also we established the metro system, and the under-ocean railway connects the old and new areas, and also we have 2 more lines coming up to have this dynamic mobility system. Also, we have a very advanced educational level. We have Qingdao number 9 middle school and the Yaozhou International School. Also, we have the subsidiary hospital under the Tsinghua University. We have a comfortable environment for people to live. We have 18 5-star hotels, 15 shopping malls, and 6 commercial buildings at international level. And also we're a district of style. So here you can see we have 4 name cards, and we are regarded as Oriental film sites. And we have hosted more than 100 films to shoot here, and also the biggest producer of films, and it can be compared to Hollywood, I would say. And we also have constructed theaters. Every year we have host the European Youth Musical Festival, and we have received delegates from Austria as well as EU piano competition. And also we are a city of bear, and bear is in our DNA, and Qingdao bear is our name card, and we have successfully held the 31 Qingdao International Bear Festival. We are the biggest bear festival in the world, hosting more than 100 brands in the bear industry. And also we are holding international level forums like the Health Expo of Boao Forum of Asia opening ceremony, as well as the health meeting site. And also you can see here we have a vigorous open platform. We have an open platform to attract the resources, for instance, industrial parks, the bonded area free trade zone, and more than 1/4 of the top 100 companies have their business centers here. And also we are the 9th biggest ports with access to more than 180 countries and regions in the world. So here we will continue to accelerate machinery and pharmaceutical industries. And we have the biggest ships to store the oil tanks are built here. And the biggest marine resource gene library is also located here. So marine economy contributes 1/3 of the Qinghai's total. And also we are committed to the development of automotive manufacturing, home appliance, electronics, petrochemicals, marine engineering, machinery, and equipment. And also here you can see we are a cradle for more than 100 universities and institutions. We have 663,000 talents. And also we have the platform of 38 platforms to R&D and also more than 120 labs of national level here. Number 3, I want to talk about cooperative direction. In the future, our focus will be on the nurturing of the high-quality development of new materials, semiconductor, marine biomedicine, shipbuilding, intelligent appliances, film, automotive, new economies. These 9 important industrial chains, especially new IT and AI, will be our focus point. A lot of industrial clusters are formed here. Integrated circuit based on Xin'an project and Hexcon and the Zhongwei Innovative Company has contributed to the ecosystem. We have 5G based video system and also high definition media park. Huawei, Langchao, and more than 14 companies have their offices here. In terms of AI, ESA technology is one of the major representatives in our new district. AI powerhouses are located here and providing enriched scenarios for the application of AI, and the business scale has formed. Distinguished guests, we welcome you to take a look to the Qingdao West Coast New District, conduct a survey, and to seek investment opportunities so we can achieve win-win results through cooperation. Also, we encourage enterprises to take advantage of the Belt and Road Initiative to seek opportunities overseas, to expand to overseas market, especially to find cooperation opportunities in Austria. Last but not least, I wish these friends from Austria and friends from home, everything goes well with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Guan. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's move to the next part. Connecting via the cloud. Well, after listening to the introduction of Professor Dr. George Zange, Chairman of the Austrian-China Business Association, Mr. Guan Xuefeng, Vice Governor of Qingdao West Coast New District, wants to have further communication with him. So we are honored to connect the 2 gentlemen via the internet. Welcome.
Mr. Guan, I have a couple of more questions for you. First, please let us know more about the development of digital economy in Qingdao West Coast new area. What are the next steps in your plan? Second, in the light of today's introduction, in which areas would you say can Upper Austria and Qingdao West Coast new area develop further cooperations? How should we promote the cooperation in the future?
Digital economy of our district. The digital economy is a highly diversified and a highly integrated industry. We have a good base of in manufacturing, which is inseparable from the big data and manufacturing and some emerging technologies. Especially in recent years, we have put forward the 3-year plan in support of the digital economy, and as planned by the year 2020, we're going to establish a full ecosystem of digital technologies, and also we are planning to build manufactories to introduce the industries of machine learning and AI. And also the internet economy is going to boom here. And now we are in the leading part of all this construction of the digital economy. In 2020, we have more than 53% of our production being digitalized. And just now, ESA has introduced its own technologies. And ESA is one of our companies settled in our place. It is a good representatives, and also some iFlyTech and many other companies are also settling in our areas. So in this West Coastal area is enjoying an advantage part among the whole nation. Another thing is that we are developing more parts of digital economy to become the platforms. For example, the Qingdao 5G high-tech zone in 2019 was recognized as the pilot zone of digital economy, and Shandong's Information Authority has put forward the idea to establish the first batch of the digital platform. And we have more than 50% of the companies in there. And just now we have shown the many good companies in Austria and has achieved a good result. And also I'm looking forward to more cooperation between our district and your companies. I believe we have more opportunities for cooperation for better future and better cooperation in digital economy so that we can contribute to the economic development of both Upper Austria and Shandong province. And another one, now in our district, as for the field that we're looking for cooperation, we have a data sheet here. In 2020, our district's import and export has increased by 81%. The export increased by 58%, import imported by 89%. As of the end of last year, Austria has invested 11 companies in our areas with the total amount of $120 million. So from this data, we can see our cooperation is well-founded, that is developing fast. Now, our export to Austria are mostly the tires, the chemicals, textiles, and other related machineries and transportation machines. So we imported from Austria some machines, meat, devices, apparatus, and some plastics, home appliance, and other devices like this. So those products, just now, Reiner Palmier has mentioned that you have those advantageous industries, and also those are the areas that we are very interested. So maybe in the future, in automobile manufacturing, AI, medicine, environment, in those areas, we can have comprehensive cooperation. And also you're more than welcome to organize relevant companies to visit our district to see for yourself. And I believe we will see more opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. See you next time in Qingdao.
Thank you, Mr. Guan.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we've reached the end of this session of Cloud Roadshow. If you have any further inquiries or questions, please feel free to contact us. You are welcome to follow us on our WeChat account, select Shandong, or call Shandong International Investment Promotion Agency at 0531 8901 3578 or 0531 8901 3555 or 186 788 17218 or contact Shandong Internet Media Group at 0531 8501 3668 or 186 788 28 218. Once again, thank you all for joining us today. We'll soon kick off more sessions for international economic and trade cooperation. Please select Shandong for the shared future. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.